Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for October. I hope you're doing extremely well. I am going to take a second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Cancer sign out there. So guys, just take what resonates for you, leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, get in where you fit in. But as always, Cancer, don't force yourself into a reading that's just not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Cancer? Cancer. All right, Cancer, you are starting out with the Eight of Wands reversed. You have the Four of Swords and the Six of Swords in the reverse. All right, so it looks like somebody's blocked here. I feel like you may have blocked somebody because you've pulled back with this Four of Swords. You're healing, you're resting, you're taking a break. You may have blocked someone, you know, like from social media or from your phone or something of that nature. Or this could just be like a mental block. I feel like you're not talking to this person for sure. You're kind of pulled back. You're trying to, you know, recover. You're taking a beat, basically. Six of Swords in reverse tells me that you're having a hard time moving forward from something. There's chaos that's here. And this chaos is exactly what you're trying to recover from. So let me see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Cancer's energy. Show me who is in Cancer's energy. I get a feel, a very withdrawn feel that you've pulled back entirely. Maybe in many conditions, but definitely in one. All right, we have the Seven of Wands. We have the Queen of Cups in the reverse. You could be dealing with a Pisces, Scorpio, or another Cancer. And we have the Five of Pentacles. So whoever you're dealing with here is very defensive with you. This is somebody that I feel like they would defend themselves if they could get through, but they can't because you blocked them in some manner. They feel abandoned. They feel rejected. They feel like they lost you, but they're also holding you fully accountable. So they're very defensive. So I don't see them holding themselves accountable here. They have feelings for you, but they've kind of pulled those feelings back, and it's because they feel that you have. And you have. Let me see the connection between these two. Three of Wands reversed. Page of Pentacles reversed. You got tired of waiting for this person to either offer you something or to communicate something with you. You got tired of waiting on this person. Now, they don't feel like they have much to offer. So they're kind of sitting back. They're defensive. They're not talking. They're like, well, if Cancer's going to block me, I'm not chasing after them. I'm not trying to talk to them. So I feel like you just got tired of waiting for something here, either for them to make some sort of an offer or for them to communicate something. So you're kind of, you pulling back from them, not talking to them. That's why they're blaming you. But they're very defensive, which tells me that they must feel that they have some responsibility. Let me see. All right. What's affecting it is the Five of Cups. Oh, it's making you sad. It's making you sad. Some of you are wondering if this person, you know, actually ever loved you, or do they have love for you? I do see some depression for some of you. Or just deep feelings of sadness. But this person in your energy, I feel like they may have some regrets, but they're not telling you what they, you know, about that. See, they feel like you dipped on them. And I don't feel like it was that easy. I feel like you waited for this person for a long time. And, you know, you felt like they were keeping you stuck. So let me see the outcome. The Lovers in reverse. It's an ending. You may feel this person is a soulmate. But yeah, that's an ending. And And it looks like it's an ending because you're either choosing to go in another direction, or you just are realizing this is a huge decision. This isn't some mundane, because the Lovers is major arcana. So this decision here is regarding love, and I feel like it's a big decision. It's not a small one. So I feel like this person pushed you to the end. All right, bottom of the deck is the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. This is underlying energy. Now, that could indicate that you're experiencing a deep sense of loss, which I definitely see. But it also could indicate that there is a bit of codependent energy that's present. So just be aware of that. And if that rings true for you, that's something you want to address. All right, so let's clarify. Spirit, why is the Eight of Pentacles, or Eight of Pentacles, why is the Eight of Wands in reverse? Why is the Eight of Wands in reverse? All right, we have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Three of Coins. For some of you, this person could be involved in another connection. But it doesn't have to be. I do feel like you're right now working on your own stability. Definitely with regard to your finances. You're working very hard. You could have just recently entered into some sort of a contract that's going to bring you a lot of money as well. But it's going to require you to nurture whatever this is. It's going to require you to work at it. I do feel like you're kind of in a lot of self-care. I feel like you've kind of emotionally or even physically blocked this person out, kind of turned your back to this person a little bit, and a lot of you are really pouring yourself into your work or however you make your money. I feel like it's a coping mechanism because you've dealt with so much disappointment here. A lot of you may have felt that this was a soul contract with this person. And I feel like you were trying to keep that soul contract, and you got tired of waiting for this person to keep their end of the deal. I do feel like there's something very harmonious for you guys with regard to work or within the home. Yeah, you have a very harmonious partnership or a harmonious work situation, it looks like. There's something that's good with that. And you may be leaning into that. I also see a lot of self-care, focus on the home, the family, children if you have children. You're really basically establishing your own foundation. All right, why is the Four of Swords here? So I feel like this person distracted you from that. Why is the Four of Swords here? All right, we have the Moon. Two of Cups. Yeah, you did feel this person was your soulmate. And Justice in reverse. So you've pulled back. You feel that there's secrets. I do definitely see a sense of depression for somebody. Definitely a deep sadness. I don't feel like you've completely moved on from this person, but you feel like this person does not treat you properly. I'm seeing something to do possibly with having learned lessons. There could be something legal for some of you. So that you could be going through some legal issue, or there could be a divorce here. With the Two of Cups though, I feel like you're healing and you want love in your life, but you're not seeing it. It's almost this energy of, I want love in my life. However, it just isn't coming to me. It's not in the cards for me. Does it even exist for me? That's kind of what I'm seeing. And that's something that you're going to have to heal, because I do see that there's somebody who has either reached out, but it feels more likely this person wants to reach out. And I don't feel like it's this person in your energy. Let me see why the Six of Swords is in reverse. Judgment reversed, Four of Coins, and the Queen of Cups. Yeah, you're having a hard time moving on from this person. And it's because, you know, you're holding on to them. You love them. You definitely have love for them. But I also feel like you feel that this person doesn't treat you right. You're tired of waiting for them. And I feel like you're beginning to accept that this is something that is never going to happen. You may even feel like you made a poor judgment call in being involved with this person. And I feel like the more you work on yourself, the more you get very picky about who you open up to, who you give your heart to, because I do see you being very guarded here. But a lot of it is because you're still kind of holding on to this person's energy a little bit. I also feel like there is love that is coming towards you. You're not going to see it coming, but I feel like there is love. You know, somebody is either in your vicinity or will be as you're healing. So let's look at this person's energy, because I feel like this is definitely the past person. In order to bring this new love in, you're going to have to heal your energy, though, and release this person from the past. And that's hard. And you won't do it until you're ready to do it. Yeah. And nobody can tell you when that is. So you keep healing. All right, so why is the Seven of Wands here for the person in Cancer's energy? All right, so we have the Seven of Cups reversed. We have the High Priestess in the reverse. All right, so this is definitely somebody that's not in touch with their intuition, I can tell you that. They also tend to spread confusion. And I feel like this person was spreading confusion because of secrets. And I feel like those secrets got figured out. There's something to do with secretive energy. They could have had a lot of options. Whatever they were doing, they were causing confusion with you with regard to secrets. And those secrets were exposed. Or at least they feel that they are. They don't want to talk about it because clarity has come into the situation. So they're going to be very defensive. They don't want to talk about their secrets, but they are feeling very exposed right now. Yeah. Let me see why the Queen of Cups is here. It's almost like this person is mad at you because they got exposed and they're not offering something. Four of Cups reversed. Nine of Wands. Yeah, they're blaming you. This is an energy of somebody that's blaming you. No wonder you feel like this person doesn't treat you right. I do feel like this person has been very disrespectful to you in the past. They're aware of it too. So even though they're aware that they were not being respectful to you, that they weren't valuing, this cup of love that you were giving to this person, they're saying, no, it's Cancer's fault, and I don't trust Cancer. And that's very manipulative. That is very manipulative. But you expose something with this person, and they can't take responsibility. And I'll tell you this, too. They want to stop thinking about you, Cancer, but they can't. So this person may feel like you have put some kind of a spell on them. Yeah, this person feels like for somebody out there, it may not be everybody, but for somebody out there, this person literally says, Cancer put a spell on me. And that's why I can't stop thinking about them. Maybe you did. I don't know. I don't know your life. All right. Why is the Five of Pentacles here? What I can tell you is they didn't value you in the past, and now the more they try not to think about you, the more they do. But instead of taking accountability, they're very defensive and they're blaming you. Two of Pentacles reversed. Five of Cups reversed. Yeah, they have regrets. They have regrets. Now that they've lost you, they feel like you've left them out in the cold, that you've abandoned them. They're all up and down. Now, also be aware, though, that part of the reason that they have these regrets is because somehow this may have affected their finances as well. Because I see this person robbing Peter to pay Paul. They're in a state of poverty right now. So I don't know if you were, helping them in some way financially, but this person definitely is, monetarily, it looks like is in a state of poverty. They definitely have regrets. They have regrets for juggling. They have regrets for not providing a balanced connection between the two of you. But it looks like even though they have these regrets, they're not telling you that. They don't want to reveal that to you. They don't want to tell you. And they go back and forth in their mind, and they're blaming you because they don't want to be responsible. Let me see the energy between Cancer and this person. Show me the energy between Cancer and this person. All right, Three of Wands, the World in reverse, and the Queen of Wands reversed. This person could have had a third party that they were keeping secret. And I would be really careful about that because, guys, you've got the Queen of Wands along with the High Priestess here. That's spell work. That is spell work that this person, and I don't feel like it's this person. I feel like that was an option in their life. And now this person is having to defend themselves against that person as well. So they're feeling like very defensive with you, and they're kind of blaming you for the breakdown of this connection. But this person had someone in their life who may have been doing some spell work. I feel like they're not talking to that person. And I also feel like this person, they've gotten clarity. So they may not have known that somebody was doing spell work on them. And now they know. So they're having to defend themselves against that person. I do feel like there's some unfinished business here between you and them. And it may have to do with finances or money. You're waiting for something to complete, something to finish. It could be contractual. I don't know, maybe you work with this person. There's something contractual here. You're waiting for it to complete so you can start a new chapter in your life. It could be legal issues as well. So you're kind of waiting around for this in a sense. And I'm not saying you're just sitting on your hands every day, but you're waiting for something to complete. And you're tired of waiting for it as well because you're working on your own finances. This person, though, I feel like there's something is a little wonky in their energy because I feel like they're having to defend themselves against this Queen of Wands and the High Priestess reversed. That's dark magic. So, I don't know what this person was dealing in, but it wasn't good. Let me see why the Five of Cups is here. Ace of Cups reversed and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, if you have some sort of legal issue with this person, you're worried about it. You're concerned. You're very, I feel like you've taken a step back. You're trying to heal your energy, but you might be concerned that there's more that you don't know. You might be concerned that there are things that are being hidden from you. Because I see you feeling a deep sense of anxiety, a deep sense of worry, concern, depression perhaps. And it is connected to this person where things have ended. So just be careful because, if you believe in that, this person could have also hired somebody to put spell work on you. But if they have, it's coming back on them. I do feel like this person has regrets. They have deep regrets because they realize that there was love here and that they threw it away. And they don't want to take responsibility for that, so they're blaming it on you. But they know it. They definitely know it. And it hurts them. Let me see your outcome. This is a mess. I will say this is a mess. Show me the outcome for Cancer. Oh, you have a new beginning coming. The Fool, the Chariot in reverse, and the Page of Wands. This person may reach out to you. It would be something minor, like maybe hitting like on one of your social media if they can get through. A lot of you have them blocked. It could be something minor, but they want to reach out to you. They're weighing up the idea of doing it. They don't know how you're going to react. So they feel like it would be risky. They feel like you've moved in a whole other direction. Now, in your energy, what I see is that there is new love in your energy. You don't see it yet with the moon here because you're deep into healing. And there's unresolved issues with this person that's distracting you, and it's keeping you in this state of anxiety. However, there's a new beginning coming, but it's not going to come about until you decide to entirely move away from this. And right now, there's still a little bit of stuck energy. You haven't fully moved away from this. I feel like you're putting your guard up, though. You're still, for some reason, and it could just be because there's unresolved, legal issues. You see, I'm seeing that there's stuck energy. There's unresolved issues here. So whatever that is, you're healing from it. I don't feel like you're in communication with this person, but it's keeping you a little bit stuck. And it may just be that you need to continue healing, but I'm seeing that you're going to be taking a leap of faith. There's a new beginning. You're going to take a risk with somebody, and it is in love. It is in love. So, and it looks good. It does look good, actually. Right now, you're really guarded, though. So, yeah. I don't know who you were dealing with here, but this person is like a whole thing of their own. I wouldn't trust this person for nothing. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Wands. So that does tell me that you're making plans. You're making plans to move forward, possibly even move physically. But there's plans. You're making plans to move forward. There's something here that is keeping you from doing that as quickly as you would like. It could be healing. It could be legal issues. Something contractual perhaps. I don't know, but I do feel like it's kind of keeping you a little stuck, but you are going to move forward. And at that point is when you're going to have this new beginning. Yeah. So just hang in there. Hang in there. Keep doing what you're doing, working on you, working on your stability, healing, and just give this a little time. All right. I'm going to pull an oracle card. And protect yourself as well, because I don't trust this energy. All right, so, yeah, we have Spark, but it came out in the reverse. So give me a second. I'm going to read that. And we do reversals in this deck. So it says, sometimes your fire gets doused by others who don't want you to be all that you can be. In that case, you need to move away from the water, lest things get too damp. Now, remember, water in the tarot is emotion. The Spark card in reverse position may also indicate that you're allowing yourself to be so consumed by a thought, feeling, or situation that you're in danger of becoming completely burnt out. Compulsion and impulsiveness must be tempered now. Rest by a warm fire, let things die down a bit, then you'll see if the true spark will still be there. If not, you can always light another fire at another time. Yeah, and I feel like that is what you're doing when you kind of withdrew your energy here. I do feel like that is what you're doing. So don't ever let anybody dampen your spark. All right, I hope this has been helpful for you, Cancer. If you've resonated with this, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hype it also if you get a chance. Until I see you guys in your next reading, I hope that you are finding some clarity, finding some comfort in this reading, and know that you are loved. Namaste.